The Owls are the first team to score 100 in the league. Calafiore is the highest scoring player in our league and wants out. And the Bulls, are they arriving? All this coming up right now in the Super League Supernova podcast. We'll start with our game of the week, which ended up being more of a quiet affair. The Sharks continue to waste Calafiore's performances. Back-to-back 13-point performances from him. Highest scorer in the league. Kind of incredible to see. And the Tickas win again. This is a pattern we've all become familiar with. Led by Pickford and another goal from Mikatike. Back-to-back goals. How many goals will be? Who knows? Osborne hits 100 points. Smashes the Bombers by 25. Left Dango on the bench for 13. Adam's going to rue that decision, although it wouldn't have made a difference in this one. He also lost Odegaard to a shoulder injury. It's probably not going to be too long, but nonetheless, that hurts. And Watkins is still sputtering. Not enough to get it done against Osborne, which has been hot behind Gakpo and Pedro. The Owls coming out and looking really, really strong to start the year. Best in the league. The tightest match this week. The Cold Palmer-less Naila posted 37 and managed to squeak out against Bramley, beating them by only 2 points. It was the tightest game of the week. Timber was on the bench for Bramley with 24, which just has to suck. It's not been a good week in Bramley land. And then Holland only had 2. They let go of Baleba after this game. And so tough times right now in Bramley, but they are a resolute bunch. And Palmer is out for at least a few weeks with a groin for Naila, so probably not going to see him until after the break. The Blues got doubled up by the Bulls. Gordon picked up a red, -2 points. Ben White could be washed, already hurt, and Wisa is not playing. He's decided that he wants to be paid more or move on, so they have some issues there. The midfield of Johnson and Neto does look promising, but a lot of other stuff to deal with to build around them. And the Bulls just kind of look terrifying. Gyökeres, Enzo, a stout defense, and they also have a goalie. So congrats to Manny for picking up a goalie. Andover put away a quiet Seagulls team in what was a relatively uneventful game. Andover was led by the ghost of Jack Grealish, now playing for Everton, and some stout defense. Sesko with just 2 points over 2 weeks and no sign of Isak returning to the pitch. Concerns in Andover, but a constantly improving team. Marcus and the Seagulls, they have Reuter and Eze coming into the fold this coming week, so better things ahead. And finally, the highest scoring game of the week, the West Adams Flying Lions, beating the Ernies by 5, 47-42. The Lions lost Saka to go along with the loss of Havertz, but Tavernier and Callum Hudson-Odoi stepped up and dominated. And the Ernies, they had a really good game, solid midfield play, but it just wasn't enough to get the 3 points. They would have beat all but 2 other teams, so a tough one to take. Let's go into the Week 3 previews and see what we have in front of us for this weekend. So let's start with the Luz and the Tickas, a 2 versus 11. Not a lot to see here. The Tickas might sleepwalk their way into a victory. The Luz need to get it right, and soon this uphill climb is going to turn into a very steep one, and it's going to be very steep in this game for them. We'll see what they can do. The Ernies are traveling to Andover. 3 points escaped them this past week versus the Lions, as we just talked about. They face an Andover team that's improving, 32 points in week 1, 40 points in week 2. Is there a 50-point game in it for Andover this week? Can they continue that improvement, or are the Ernies going to come in and take this one on Andover's home pitch? The Bulls visiting the Bombers. This one is scary on paper. Manny picked up 3 points this past week, and the Bulls are starting to look more and more terrifying. The Bombers are searching for answers there at the bottom of the table. They have yet to get a point on the season. This is really a tale of 2 teams right now going in opposite directions. I'm going to be very curious to see how this goes, but right now it looks like this is going to be the Bulls coming to play spoiler at the Bombers' expense. Next up, Sharks visiting Naila. After the much hyped game of the week, the Sharks came out flat this past week, now sitting at 5th in the table. The schedule offers them no relief as they now have to go into Nayla's house and try and come out with a result. Will they get up for this game, or will Nayla win a third straight without Cole Palmer? Seagulls at Bramley, 8-9, a lower table matchup, and two teams that didn't expect to be in this position. Bramley's ready for a rebound after the bitter defeat this past week, and the Seagulls are also looking to return to form. Something has to give here. Could the Seagulls getting healthier spoil another one for Bramley, or will Bramley come out on top and defend their home pitch? Lastly, game of the week, the number one scoring team, a 3-4 matchup. Osborne coming to West Adams and looking to come out with a result there. This should be a fantastic game. Osborne always tends to put up their best effort against West Adams, and I'm sure this week will be no different. Looking forward to seeing it all play out. What will a top four look like after this week? Lots of movement in the table over the next few weeks, I'm sure, as things start to come into focus, but certainly a lot to talk about and a lot to be excited about. So looking forward to the matches this week. Good luck to everyone. Have a great weekend.